Record to this. There we go. Hey folks, so we've got the amazing Rose Drew for you tonight. I'm just going to read you a bio. I've got two bios, so I don't know which is the right one. I'm going to assume they both say the same thing though. It's because I asked you for your bio and then forgot I asked you for your bio, so asked you again and you sent me a
Oh,
different one.
oh shit. Read the more
It's
recent
my
one. The one
fault.
read the one that is off the cuff. Maybe it's probably fresher. I don't know.
We'll go with that one then. So, Rose
Yeah.
Drew's favourite place in all the world is in front of an audience of students, anthropologists, poets, book readers at a launch event, historians. The list is endless. Rose and Alan have hosted a monthly open mic in York without missing a month for almost 19 years, which they both find amazing. And Rose is most proud of founding Poetry for All, which aims to eliminate as many barriers as possible for disabled poets and audiences. Rose is a performance poet, publisher, teacher, and anthropologist, and loves editing manuscripts. I get that. I'm a sadist too, mate, which is sort of like archaeology. I call it jigsaw puzzles, uncovering a truth carefully whilst also keeping its essence intact. Rose deals with pesky impairments and lately a new health issue. She writes about death and skeletons, love and grief, nature and disability. And Rose is on the tall side, inside. Also, there's a link, which is yorkspokenword.org.uk, but we'll get that in the chat for you as well. And let me spotlight you, Rose. It is now time for you to take the mic and for me to shut my mouth.
Okay. Wow. Alrighty. Right. This is the first time I've featured in a while, so I'm actually really happy. Oh God, you can see my messy house. That's probably why I'm nervous. Right. Okay. Content warnings. All of it. Okay. I've had a little bout of breast cancer. I'm going to talk about that. I refuse to die, so you're stuck with me for decades. Um, Maybe I'm not fond of religion. That might be in one of them. Yes, Frankentit, that's there. I'm sorry if you've heard Frankentit before, but I really like the book. Anyway, and then if there's time, I've got a 2 minute. Oh no, it's too long. Probably not. Depends on when I'm done. I've got a political poem that people asked for me to resurrect because stuff has happened. Right. So I have an electric bike because it makes it easier for me to get around because I can't bike with just a pedal bike. And I worked for Sustrans for about a year. And trying to get an electric bike on a train. Now, who has electric bikes? Old people and disabled people, and I've got them both. So, and you can't get them on a train. So, oh, and then there's other things like the elevator. So, sob story. Subway, lift going up, platform, doors opening, lift going down, subway. Truly a sobway, often a sob story. Every day I cringe to set off. What will I find? Pedestrians strung along the very, very steep ramp to the bridge. The width of the bridge. Stop. Too steep to restart. Bike heavy to push. Arrive still shiny faced and ready. Train still on time till it's not. An hour later, try again. Heave the bike up 2 steps through the narrow door. It's that last step that stops me. Often someone helps me, often not. Then nose first into the inadequate space, with back half extruding, unstable, unsteady. That's just me. The bike rocks too. And we rocket along 30 rattling minutes till Darlow. Gravity, my friend, except for my face, my butt. And my bike gallops down the steps. Impatient waiters scatter. Then off to work. At night, retrace all this, the wait, the delay, the heave-ho, the hang-on, the galloping drop. Doors opening, lift going down, subway. Now, this is an old one. I'm on paper, sorry. I used to have all this shit memorized, and well, not that one, but I'm not late for memorizing a lot of stuff lately. Anyway, years ago, I went to a writing workshop. Oh, it's a good idea. Steal it. It's a good idea. So he asked us to, Matthew West, he asked us to think about a city, think about the overarching thing of the city, and then narrow in on a street in the city, one place in the city, and then widen it back out. Miami hot. Miami hot, hair dryer, full blast, sun white pavement, ground glass, tarmac. Miami hot. It burns my eyes. Tiny lizards rush all over, cross white pavement, cross black street, up the branding iron of the post box, onto sparkly cement seats, up the palm trees, through my kitchen, little lizards everywhere. Parrots squawking, parrots shrieking, parrots screaming all the night, parrots shitting, quickly learning while no one parks beneath that tree. Miami's hot and full of liars, con artists on the game, mafia and red hot ripoffs. City Hall is on the take. You're swindled by your lawyer, your own boss, the housing board, the one who sold you her old flat and left a debt and disappeared. Miami hotbed of ethnic hatred for the newbie, for the tourist, for the black kids down from Philly, for the innocent, for the fool. Miami hot and I'm more mobile. I'm so hot, I lose my cane. So hot, I'm feeling youthful and I find some work again. So hot, we're at the bars, but never at the beach, because that white hot coast of Sobe is really ground glass mixed with sand. So Alan likes that beach, hot sparkly sand on hot white bum, because it's topless. Glimpse hot Hollywood, Lady Gaga, Richard Gere, DiCaprio, Ving Rhames and his fuck you t-shirt. Yeah. Alan almost mows down Yoko. Yeah. On the hot and sandy streets, pastel houses, fadey orange, sky blue, hot pink, and dusty green. Lincoln Road with all the restaurants filled with hot and sweaty tourists. Lincoln Road, the best mojito, the movie theater, the Buddhist shop. Lincoln Road, which leads to sand, that hot white beach that's really glass. Then out past Washington and the strip bar, onto Ocean, Versace boutiques for the tourist or the rich or the students on hot break. Back to Lincoln, to the laundry bar, slogan, get sloshed while you do your wash. So hot, I love the coolness, but so late, I'd lose that wash. Laundry bar, where I am welcomed, where I find my games of pool. Laundry bar, where no one tells me they don't play against a girl. Because laundry bar is a hot gay bar, and I'm lonely here in Sobe. Miami hot, and I'm at loose ends after work. The crew heads off. And I play pool inside a laundromat and laugh and drink and dance. Friday night, it's raining men. A giant woman growls the blues. Hot Miami summer evening. The sun's gone, but the road's still warm. Walking midnight with the lizards in my glitter moonlit home. Right. Religious warning. Orphans. Sometimes I want to yank off burqas, throw yarmulkes to the floor, toss crosses away. Thus denuded, we will be what we are. Orphans. No longer dependent on Daddy God to sort our problems, fight our wars, tell us right from wrong. Parentless at last, with our own mistakes and graces, free to wage forgiveness and treaties, select sinner and saint, punish and aid, only ourselves to hate, to thank, to blame, to praise. You may have noticed America has elected Twitler again. Now, it's not the landslide they have claimed, but WTF, who cares? It doesn't actually matter because the fucker is in there. And he owns all houses of Congress, owns the Supreme Court, and put a fork in it. America's done. So he got 49.8% of the vote, and Kamala got 49.3% of the vote. I mean, it's literally 12 voters per district. 12. You could put them in a fucking minibus. Right. So but it's adequate. They're going to call it a landslide, but it's just, this arc bends backwards. I'm reminded of the way we all behaved almost everywhere that dreadful September decades past. The genuine kindnesses, the forced good cheer, but this time bestowed only upon half of us, received only from half of us. We have splintered into an us and them, Neighbor viewed with suspicion by neighbor, bonds destroyed, friendships at end. I'm wondering when the badges or scarlet letters will arrive, the hopefully temporary brandings of skin, gender, and creed. The end of the united, the start of something else. Rightio. Great. I have 3 poems about the little breast cancer. You know, people say they suddenly got breast cancer, but honestly, you don't just go, you know, I have it and I'll take care of it in a couple of months and think. So it was just fast. I've taken a job in America, in Minnesota, an hour and a bit from Canada. So if it all kicks off, I can just drive the fuck out. I'm working for the Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe natives, which I love because I am finally a minority, not just like in the room, but in the power structure. I love it. Do people help me because I'm the little white lady? No, because he's tall. And I love it. I can't tell you how refreshing it is, you know, as a proper little white liberal person, you know, a lot of the guilt and shame and asking too much, what's going on? This is shit. It's kind of gone, right? For right now. I mean, my boss, the boss's boss, when I got there, I'm signing the paperwork and they're like, now remember, you are not in America for the employment laws. I'm like, baby, that's why I'm here. Whatever you want, it's cool. So I'm actually totally loving it. It's been really good. So right. So I land on a Saturday night. Sunday, I kind of packed, get it organized. I'm in Connecticut, which is near New York City. I'm going to fly to Minnesota the next day, almost the next day. So the next day, actually the next day, Monday, I take this little weird thing to my doctor and she's like, well, that'll be fine. I'm sure. I think you should go and see my friends. And she had her staff call everybody in the world. And I got it imaged that day and was told it was probably breast cancer that day. That was fast, like microwave fast. And then they all came in early the next day, did the biopsy so I could fly to Minnesota. And I think that was really amazing. And when I got out there, I told my new boss the reason I can't carry my own suitcases to her truck and she's got to be my helper. It's because I have this thing. And I go, I can get the next flight out of here if you want. And she's like, I waited 3 years for you. I'm keeping you. So then I was there for one work day, the orientation when they're saying you realize you're not an American. I'm like, that's the point. And then I flew back and then I did all the things. So I have a poem. I think I'm going to skip it actually. Everyone's heard it anyway. It's called Frankentit. And I had no idea it would look like that. I mean, when I took the bandages off, I'm like, let me see. And they're like, no, I said, I'm going to see it eventually. And it's like Jack the Ripper came at me with like a blade, a bad blade. It's funny. I'm afraid I burst into laughter when I saw the scar. And then I had a reconstruction. And I'll read about the reconstruction. The care and starving of your Barbie tit. First, edema is real. Your new perky boob, aging in a low lymph environment, will puff up, an angry adder ready to strike skin, muscle, movement. Air pressure in your chest, which frankly feels weird. Second, scar tissue. Yeah, you're hyper plastic elastic girl. EDS can be your pal, not now. Don't be rosy thing. I'll just bend around it because you won't. Do the stretches daily, slowly. Stop at the red of pain. Ease past the amber of ache. For sideways circles, if they grind your elder joint, rotate the shoulder a bit. Try this. Each day you'll start from scratch. Third, yes to massage. The care and starving of your freshly delimped chest, yes, even if you went flat, must be encouraged. Start at the wrist, short, tiny strokes, the nodal network just under your skin. Always sweep to the trunk. Brush while the kettle boils, while you wait for the microwave with the telly on during a radio song, at the light, waiting for the green. Roll your shoulders forward 10, backward 10. This activates drains. Encourage fluid up, and out, round the bend of shoulder, under your armpit, across the chest. Don't rest. These are daily now. And aren't we lucky to be here to complain? Right. I have 2 more poems, or 3 if I do the the bit of a
Do one
rage.
more. We'll
Oh,
squeeze them in, mate. We'll just run over if we have to, because you're worth it.
oh, Betty, thanks. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Okay, this is called, all right, content warning. If you get radiation, it's going to thin your bones. So now you know. Fall to the right. They know I can joke. I'm sorry. They know they can joke. I can take it in any way. I usually am the one to start it. If I'd sat there, downcast, thin-faced, ripping a Kleenex in my writhing hands, I'm sure jollity would have been off the table. But I adore this man, seeking and inserting cheer where it's needed most. Well, it'll thin your ribs forever, so when you get old and start to fall, make sure to fall to the right. What? A burst of laughter. Yes, actually, he adds, more serious now. It can prematurely age your heart, so you need to hold your breath so it drops just a bit, 2 millimeters, let's say, and the beam of death flies overhead. The sizzle I expected. Rashes, blisters, sunburn, tattoo. No, the tattoos are a shock. But osteoporotic ribs, potential sclerosis of the heart, surprise! Plus hardened skin, tightened muscles, and the new boob job turned solid. I'm assured I don't need radiation. Can do fine without, but the odds of relapse drop from 20% to 5% with the flamethrower option. So lay me down into Chernobyl without a hazmat suit. Aim, fire, burn it all down. And this one was to be my last one. It's about the little hut I'm renting. It's literally a wooden tent. I'm in a hut among the, you can hear wolves. Anyway, that's it. But then I might finish with the rage poem. So be warned. Content warning, rage. Mississippi headwaters, October. Frost scraped from windscreen earlier than Oslo ever. And yet Midwester swelter by 2 p.m. Open windows, fan. Mosquitoes replaced by fake ladybugs that bite. A buzzsaw flirts with the wood, bites, settles into an insistent whine. Winter fuel, collected. Wolves howling, even near dawn. Black sky, velvet is not overused, spotlit everywhere in famous patterns. Trees, trees, lakes, wide fields, trees, grasses with stands of weak yellow among the green, ribbon roads undulating, unending. A hut amongst pines of all colors, deciduous trees now yellow or red or barren, in company with a circle of other huts, down a road of sand, forever safe from the ravages of cold. And I think I will finish with a bit of rage. And I'd had it printed off, and I don't, so I may have to be doing this whole scroll up and scroll down stuff. I'm apologizing. So if I stop in the middle of my rage and scroll down, that's what's going on. Now, I wrote this poem after Brexit, and I wrote it because I love Jeremy Corbyn. And I was really pissed off that mainstream, or whatever the right word is, fucking Labour assholes insisted we re-vote again for Jeremy Corbyn because they couldn't believe that 10 million of us that voted for Jeremy Corbyn really meant to vote for Jeremy Corbyn. So they made us re-vote for Jeremy Corbyn. And I had to pay to join the Labour Party because I wasn't a member anymore. So this was written in 16, and I've kind of, but now Trump is back. Raging migraine. I feel rage coming on like a migraine, a thumping thump, 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 steady, the 25 beat, the beat of 25 quid, not all can spend just to vote. Is this what America does right? The free vote, the easy sign up to a party, the invite to a polling station, your name on a list, listed by street, just checked you off. Unless the polls are moved or broken. Unless you need new government ID, new laws in here too. And unless this ID cannot be got without buses to far off offices, not on bus routes, not often open, requiring a birth certificate you can't find from an in-home birth in 1935. Try sorting that out. So maybe not too different. And the Tories paid too, we're told, but this was a poll tax slapped up fast because most in power just don't like us voting. I feel a dull and spreading ache, the sort that closes High Street and leaves the windows shiny black till someone cracks them, and inside, discarded boxes everywhere piled up, even in abandoned delis and nail salons and sandwich shops. It's always paper and boxes, because the real shops left long ago. Those high street rents fit for London, not affordable in Thirsk. And work is pub or Argos, or maybe the council, or probably not, or the Dian Hospital. And that thump, trump, thump rage was stamped into the Brexit ballot, the only free ballot we were allowed that year, with fear. And those promises on buses of $1 billion a month for the NHS. And no more languages you don't speak in the empty markets. And those were lies. The NHS starved by bankers and a nation filled with idle hands that could build houses and schools and shops and work them. But all that takes faith and leadership. Look, we can point fingers every which way, but until money covers babies and the old, until those who need a job have it and those who can't handle it aren't starved and shamed, till a roof covers heads, whether house or hospice, till bad health is bad luck and rare, blame won't fix what is broken. And that trump, 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 oh, the migraine, God, the pain, it just won't go away. And we just won't go away. Thank you. Thank you very much, really.
Oh, mate. Unmute everybody. That was just, oh, fucking hell. You silenced the room.
Amazing.
Everybody's like, whoa.
Brilliant.
Just gorgeous, mate. Thank you so, so much. I'm going to take you off spotlight and stop the recording so you can chill. There we go. And